Hey, what it do, y'all? Man, honestly, it's too hot for this. It's too hot. It's another beautiful day. I gotta get this off my chest. Gotta get this off my chest because if I don't, I feel like I'm about to explode with just excitement and just unpredictability. So, just want to chop it up with y'all. What's up? Hey, thank you for watching. I'm gonna be posting this on Friday. I'm gonna call it a Freestyle Friday because I'm just freestyling off of the dome. What's off the chest? What's off my mind? No real sequence and whatnot. And yeah, just trying to get some things up out there. Because I like as far as like how the channel doing, you see me on the shorts. You see me, you know what I'm saying? TikTok dancing. I'm clapping them cheeks. I'm swirling the hips. I'm bobbing and dipsing. And hey, you see me doing that. But I'm also trying to pick up the long format videos where brother just talking to y'all, right here, which hopefully watching while you're working, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I used to do. That's what I used to do, you know what I'm saying? I would be working, but if I'm like doing some notations and things like that, it's nice to have a little talking voice, somebody entertaining you while you're putting in the notes, you know what I mean? So yeah, especially if you're working from home, right? And hopefully you are working, especially if you work with the federal government, which, stay strong. I'm gonna talk about it later, but like, oh man, y'all stay strong with it. But yeah, just the day-to-day, man. Today, my son and I went to the library. Yeah, went to the library, which if you go to the library, that just tells you a whole lot about a person. It's just somebody who ain't doing the usual, right? It's not like, especially if you check out not only books, but like videos, you're taking it to like the throwback Blockbuster, USA, Showtime video, or whatever that store was. But yeah, we went to the library today. Always a great experience. Always, you're either a parent, homeless, you know what I'm saying? Which, hey, I feel you. If you are, stay strong. Stay strong. I'm blessed with a place to live right now, but I feel you, you know what I'm saying? But, or so either a parent, homeless, because it's warm up in the library, it's good, or I don't know, just involved in the community somehow. I'm gonna just leave it at that, But yeah, the library is upgraded. Maybe it could just be the library that I go to, the technology is quite phenomenal. Quite phenomenal. Like, we checking out books. I'm getting like 10, 15 books with my son, and we just put it on the scanner. And did you know that you could just put the books there and it reads it? You don't have to barcode, beep, beep, beep. You just lay it there and it goes boom, 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 boom. It just knows all the books are there, and then you can just get on about your business, This is not the times where you had the library paper card, and like had to write down your name and stuff like that. And I mean, those were kind of cool though, because you could see who checked out your book, and sometimes it would be a little eerie, because if you, at school at least, when you see somebody and you're like, oh man, they ain't here no more. Like, that happened to me. I had somebody's book that I checked out. I'm like, oh man, Anyway, back to the thing. The technology is superb. It just, it reads it all. You checked out all the books. I wish I could do that with my groceries. Honestly, just imagine, just plop all your groceries on the scanner and it just scans everything. Because I'm tired of just, putting my apples on the scale fast enough or too slow. And it just, and help is on the way. When really it's just, King Supers or Walmart, they're trying to see if you're stealing. That's what it comes down to. Because they show your picture in the video, and it's like a NFL Films replay, or like an Instagram boomerang video. You remember back in the day? It's just you. It's not. Well, for me, I'm not ever stealing it. It's just like, man, and then you got to wait for the person to help you. The help that's on the way, which they either one or two things. Either one thing, you get the ones who, you just know they racist. They watching you real close to see if you steal it, or you get the ones who they ain't even paying attention. They ain't even paying attention, and I can't even hate. I would be small talking with people too, but it's like, hey, bro, help me. Stop your conversation. Help me. I went here. Anyhow, the library's on point with it. I love it. And man, my son finding different ways. I didn't know you could check out tablets, right? The kids already have tablets, but this is a nice little thing. So if you're a parent, you can go to the library and you could check out some tablets, different games and stuff on there. I mean, I'm excited for that. So my son always finding some different stuff. It's a whole electronic device. It does remind me of Blockbuster, back when you could rent out the whole consoles. You remember that? You get the whole console. If you didn't have a console, you can have it for a weekend. Great way, great thing. So library, it's so good right now. I'm like, hey, what's next? What's next for the library game? You know what I mean? An idea that I have is a try before you buy system as far as like technology. I would love that, especially if they somehow linked with Amazon, because I'm tired of buying stuff from Amazon. Even if you do the diligent research, sometimes it just breaks. I remember buying a couple of headsets from Amazon, and it just, when you start talking on it, you sound like you're, taking orders through the drive-through, or the company that you get it from, they end up trying to like scam you by like, hey, I've had some intricate scam techniques. It didn't work on me because it always comes down to spelling mistakes. If you're trying to scam, don't have no spelling mistakes. I'm not a scammer, but like I've been able to see through things where I'm like, ooh, that grammar's incorrect. They tried to get official with the header and all that, but there's 5 spelling mistakes. I could tell you scamming. But I like to try before you buy tech at the library. Honestly, they might have that already by now. But hey, that's just an idea. I should patent it. So that was fun. Library, biblioteca. But yeah, sports, man. Hey, sports is fascinating what's happening right now with the Lakers. Luka's first game back. I'm working on my Luka accent, which it basically sounds like Count Dracula, and a little bit sometimes like a Filipino. But anyway, Luka is first game against the Mavs, right? And he didn't have too many points, right? But he was stuffing the categories like a turkey on Thanksgiving, just getting stuffed the week after the homecoming dance, right? I don't know how that, just a lot of stuffing. You know what I'm saying? He was stuffing the categories, and I could tell that the players on the Lakers, they was hyped. They was playing with a little bit more energy, a little bit more pizzazz. You can see, like, basically, like, yeah, like a relationship. Like, they left their girlfriend at home, went out with the fellas and everything, met somebody new, met a new lady, and just popped off. And it was like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm having a good time. I'm about to leave my old thing, get with the new thing. Not immediately, but you know what I'm saying? They having a good time. They even trying new moves with the, you know what I mean? And then it's just, and you could tell that's just what the Lakers are. They just do different things. It's exciting to see LeBron James and Luka just having like a, I don't know, like a, it's not Stockton to Malone, but yeah, you could tell it's a Jerry Rice, Joe Montana connection. The way that Luka he looks up and he's like, you got to LeBron, and then LeBron, bam, always on the, basically like Kevin Love on the Cavs when we're doing those long outlet passes. But it's good to see that. I know that the Mavs are missing out, right? If this is a relationship, I know they having a lot of dry, lonely nights. It's just painful, man. Like, oh man, I know that Nico, the GM for the Mavs, is just, he can't, is he outside in public? I saw highlights of the game, but I didn't see him. But he best not be out in public, man. Come on now. But yeah, that's good to see the Lakers doing their thing. Like, hey, the Lakers got a shot now. I know the media be pumping all of that hope into the game, and now they're talking about the Cavs potentially being able to win a title, which would be wild, I think. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever thought about, I know I'm going to talk about sports, but like a generational player for a team leaving, and then that franchise ended up winning the championship. Has that ever happened before? Right? I know Michael left the Bulls. They never won a championship. I guess it happened with Shaq. Shaq's a generational player, left the Lakers, and the Lakers still won. So, and I know that probably hurt. So here's a good example of that. I wonder where it happened elsewhere. Maybe in a different league. But anyhow, we'll see if the Cavs can get it, but I'm excited to see the Lakers put it down. Now, let's switch topics now. Let's talk about a YouTube update, how the channel's doing for Brownie Sue 21. First off, I got to say thank y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing to your boy. Hey, we at 153. 153. I was going to say it in Spanish, but I don't know how to say 100 in Spanish. 153. You know what I mean? Yo, hey, remember at the beginning of the year, we was at 30. Now we at 153. Let me know who y'all are and what y'all doing, where y'all from, where y'all at, what's good. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for subscribing. And even if you're not subscribing, you just watching, thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate that. Like I said, I'm working on a lot of shorts. I'm dancing and stuff. Trying to put a little more stuff in there. I'm throwing some magic tricks in there. Got to get some more movie reviews, but I might put that in the long format. We'll see. I'll play around with it because this is all an experiment, and I'm really utilizing this as a way to get my what do you call it? My portfolio for digital marketing, because I'm still I'm still doing that. All right, so yeah, so let's see. Yeah, you see a brother posting every day for the shorts. I now brought it down to 2 times a day because I was able to look at my audience and see when they're most active, and I was like, let me just do 2 times a day, because sometimes I'll be having some nice little gems, but it's like 3 people viewed it. Now I'm like, hey, what? I know some folks on YouTube say delete it and then like put it down with a different title, but I ain't trying to deal with all that. You know what I'm saying? I could just, I forget better stuff than you ever. I don't know. I'm trying to think of that Drake line. But yeah, Drake's, man, he's down bad right now with that Super Bowl. Must have done the beat, bro. Like, man, he down bad. I got some shorts where if you'll see them, you'll see the shorts where everybody is covering the Kendrick song. It's kind of funny. So check out the shorts if you haven't already. Oh man, it's comedy. Yeah, I need to add some more comedy to the thing. But yeah, updates on the YouTube. Yeah, dog. I'm gonna just keep grinding. I'm gonna keep cranking this thing out. I know it's like growing some crops, because can you imagine just growing some produce and it's now selling at Walmart? And no, don't get your produce from Walmart. At the King Supers, the Sprouts, the Whole Foods, right? It all started from a seed. So that's how I look at this whole thing. Started from a small number. We're trying to get big, baby. Trying to get big. So I'm gonna keep going, and I'm just happy for all the progress. All the people viewing and whatnot. Been able to see a community of the small YouTube gang. Right, I seen that, the small YouTube gang. It reminds me of working a couple jobs that I had. Working at Santander's, that was a great job. I loved it because it was just a black community. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just some characters all over, and just had good hearts and whatnot. Also kind of reminds me of TQL, right? Working up there. As far as this YouTube grind. Now, TQL, it was not as good of an experience, but it was just, I'm only comparing it because at TQL, to do a job that difficult, mentally, it meant that everybody was like, hey, we trying to get it. We trying to get it. We trying to get it. And we only getting paid $12 an hour. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? And the internship part of it was 6 months. And you working for somebody else trying to broker logistics bread for them. Right? Like, that was tough. That was tough working at TQL. But anyhow, it kind of reminds me of YouTube, because you see the different channels and you see different folks on the grind. You see a lot of smaller channels where you're like, hey man, that got some hope, that got some promise. Then you see some other channels where you're like, oh man, I gotta grind harder because I don't want to be that. I'm not trying to hate, I'm just saying. So it just reminds me of that TQL grind where you're like, oh man, that they got the gift of gab, they're gonna do what it do. Or like, oh, they struggling, but I want to help them, so I'm always trying to help, dog, because that was my last job. I was a patient advocate. So I explained very detailed, complicated things about insurance, complicated things about work benefits, and be able to explain it to anybody, man. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be a scientist with NASA, scientist with NASA, and I'd be able to explain it to you. I don't mind helping anybody. And that's the kind of person I was as far as a teammate as well. If I see somebody struggling, I'm like, hey, let me help you. Because really, at the end of the day, that's all I ever wanted for myself. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm struggling, just help me, and don't yell at me, but help me. All right, you know what I'm saying? These aren't real. This is just, I'm able to not cry because going through therapy, you know what I'm saying? Working through those issues and whatnot, which I get some therapy. If y'all into that, that's really good. Find out what your triggers are and be able to recognize them. And when you get triggered, ask yourself, therapize yourself, like what's going on? Why are you feeling this way? How long have you been feeling this way? Till you get to a baseline, ground level. And once you get into that ground level, you're able to go back into that situation that triggered you and, build and become efficient. So anyway, I went on a tangent with that. But anyhow, yeah, therapy is needed, especially if you're on the YouTube grind. But on being on the YouTube grind, like I said, it reminds me of working at TQL, which people call TQ Hell. But just in terms of just people on the grind. But Santander, I love it. That was a great job. I love the black community here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Everybody supporting each other, like just shouting each other out. Just like, hey, you got this. Hey, I'm praying for you. Like, that's what I love, baby. Working at Santander, that was great. I only left because I think just was chasing some greenbacks. That's what it was. But in hindsight, I was like, man, it's the community that you build, and that's what you want to work with. So I'm looking for that as I'm on the digital marketing grind. So yeah. So subscribers, viewers, I want to know who y'all at, or who y'all are and where y'all at. That's what I want to know, right? We're 153 deep. But as we know, everybody on YouTube know we ain't always subscribing, and even when you subscribe, sometimes you subscribe and you see that channel that you like for a while, but then they disappear. I don't know who's controlling the algorithm or whatnot, but so I'll just say, hey, shout out to the viewer, you know what I'm saying? So especially if you at work, you know what I'm saying? Get your job done, you know what I'm saying? Get on the grind. Take a break though too. Don't work too hard, right? Take a break, walk around. Let's get some headphones, nice music, music with no words, so you can just really think in your own thoughts. We don't do enough of that today. But yeah, so let's see. I said some of this stuff already. Oh yeah, I do want to know who y'all are. Well, I keep saying that. I'm part Filipino, y'all, so I think coming up, English wasn't really my first language, so when I say stuff, my brain worked differently. So I'm like, I want to know who y'all at. What is that? I want to know who y'all are. So yeah, let a brother know, especially on these longer videos, right? There's only like 30 of us, you know what I'm saying, watching the video. That's a small class, right? At that point, I'm going to hit y'all this class here with an icebreaker. Like, hey, tell me your fun fact. Put it in the comments. Tell me your fun fact. Or how about this? At this point, 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths, 1 lie. Put it in the comment. Let's have some fun. All 30 of us, baby. But yeah, in general here, I want to say I love y'all. Stay strong. Like I said before, I'm still looking for work in digital marketing in that realm. If you looking for work, stay strong too, especially if you have worked with the federal government, as they letting people go. Like, I know that we all looking at it like, hey, this ain't gonna happen. And now that it's happening, like, hey, is this legal? Like, what the heck? It really has us thinking like about that Luka trade. When you see the administration, we're like, hey man, could we suggest a trade? You know what I mean? Could we put a trade? Maybe every 4 years we have like a world draft for leaders as well. You know what I mean? Like, can the U.S. can we see what France is talking about, or even Canada? I know it's not the best candidates, but hey, something better than the orange man that they got right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see. Honestly, I want to see old boy, orange man. I want to see him try to turn a profit in a smaller market. You know what I mean? Maybe we can make a trade with the smaller market as far as world leaders. You know what I'm saying? We'll take our orange man. We'll trade it with, I don't want to say Ukraine, but maybe Slovenia. You know what I mean? That'd be a nice little trade, and have them throw in a couple potential first draft picks, AKA some of Luka's younger cousins or something like that. Throw something in there. I think we could do something with that. We'll have our guys, and then if Orange Man is in Slovenia, we'll see if he could turn a profit. Because, like, anybody could do it when you got all this money and connections and stuff like that. But can you do it from nothing? That's the real test. So it's nice to see in the administration what's happening in the government. They're cutting costs and stuff like that. But, like, to me, I was talking to my pops about this. This is a whole magic trick. He's like cutting costs, but it's like, as you can see, all of these things, the money's going here. You see it? And then, like, as he's like, we're going to cut that. We're going to cut that. He's like, in the other hand, collecting the bread and the paper, and he going to put that right in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to us. And if he does give it to us, he'll be like, oh, sprinkle. There you go. hey. So it's all just a little sleight of hand charade, which makes me think about we really need a trade. But stay strong if you're working in the federal government and you're worried about your gig being gone. But yeah, so let's see what else I wanted to address with y'all. Let's see. Yeah, is this legal? Yeah, I'm wondering if this is legal. Stay strong if you're working in the government and whatnot. And here's what it is. If you're with everything happening in the administration, hey dog, if you white and you had any questions about reparations, right, for black people, because you can never understand the impact of why black people should get reparations, and you also happen to work for the federal government, this is the time when your perspective should be shifting. You know what I'm saying? This is the time where your perspective should be shifting, and just being like, hey, we need to stop what's happening right now, or like get some get a plan in action, you know what I'm saying? And get our brothers and sisters our reparations, man. I don't think it's nothing that has to be paid to black people as far as reparations. I mean, that's going to be good. You know, it happens for Native Americans and other parties in the country as far as reparations go. But I'm thinking like it could also be where black people don't have to pay as much taxes, a deduction. You know, it could be very creative. But I know, hey, we were promised 40 acres and a mule and whatnot. But yeah, that's for another story. That's for another piece of education. Just wanted to tap in with y'all. Appreciate y'all listening to your boy. Much love. God bless. Hey, like this video, baby. Like this video. Hit that little like that video, baby. And watch the other videos as well. While you're working, baby. Just on the playlist. I got a playlist of me chopping it up. And if you want a little laugh and smile, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, watch the shorts as well. Like the video. Love y'all. God bless. Peace out.